Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here, and today I want to talk to you about long-term food storage. We have lots of things going on, earthquakes, volcanoes, tidal waves, all kinds of things, and people are concerned. And it's always good, we live on an island and we have hurricanes all the time, it's always good to have some food stored away. And you can do that very simply. Well, I talked about Sampa before, which is a Tibetan food which will last for 5 years without any refrigeration. You can also store away dry goods like rice, beans, pasta, corn, flours, all kinds of flour of any kind, and it will last. You can use one of these Mylar bags. These are Mylar. It's a very thick material called Mylar. And you can buy these on the internet, even on Amazon, and they work really well. And then you have these things called oxygen absorbers, and these actually absorb any oxygen that's left over in the bag once you seal it, and that allows things not to degrade. And if you live in a region that has lots and lots of humidity, then you might want to put in a humidity absorbing bag also in there, and that would help also. But for the most part, I live in a very humid area. I find that just using the oxygen absorbers works very well. And then you just seal this up, and of course you want to put a name on it. So what it is, surprise. And then you know exactly what you got. And this is heavy material. This is oatmeal in here. And then the oxygen absorber absorbs all the oxygen, and it will keep a long time. I can't tell you how long, but you probably every year would open one package to see if it's still good, and it may last 20-30 years. It's hard to tell. I've had some stored away for 2 years and it's still going strong. So this is a great way to do it. You can also buy like 5-gallon buckets. You can put some of these bags inside a 5-gallon bucket and seal them up, and with the oxygen absorbers in there, and then put the bucket lid on, and that will help keep them well for long periods of time. Also, you want to make sure that you have a nice cool, dry place, that as cool as you can get it. Here in the tropics is not that easy, so we try to keep it in a place that is nice and cool, dry, and that way it will keep a long time. There's no doubt about it. There's other ways to do it too. You could make things like Sampa or sauerkraut that are in crocks, or even apple butter, which is in a crock. And if you have a cellar, that's a great way to keep food for a long time. But using these Mylar bags will keep food for years, and you want to have those dry staples around. Maybe you won't be able to get a hold of any fresh vegetables and fruits, but this will sustain you through the hard times, and that's very important. And so you have to decide how much is what you need. You can even buy these buckets of dehydrated food. You're like 7.5-gallon buckets. They run about anywhere from $60 to $100 depending on the maker. And that's a 30-day supply of food for one person. And so a lot of stores sell them, and it's a good thing to have on hand just in case. But you also have to have a lot of water. And the water, every person drinks a gallon of water every day, and that doesn't even include what you need for bathing and other things, So you need to think about that also. And what happens if there's no water? And what happens if there's no sewage facilities, Think about that. How are you going to dig a pit in the backyard, and then you can buy these septic tank degrading little tablets that you put in. Not that you're going to use it now in any way, shape, or form, but there needs to be water and electricity to make water move in order to have the sewer work. So think about those things. Be ready. And just being ready doesn't mean that you're expecting something to happen or you're making something happen. It just means to prepare. And then hope for the best and know that everything is going to be okay. And I know specifically that we have used some of our food stored up over periods of time because it's happens that we live in this tropical region where we have hurricanes. So we've had the electricity go out for like 2 weeks. So it's really important to know that you have something on hand that you can use. Also, how are we going to cook this? You know, that's important too. Are you going to capture water off your roof, and then you can use 2 drops of chlorine in emergency conditions to make sure that that's safe in a quart of water. 2 drops of Clorox, and it's wait 35 minutes, and then it should be safe to drink. Now 8 drops in a gallon, and that's really important too. We really have to think about these things. You know, how am I going to deal with all this? And sometimes it's not pleasant. But after you get over the initial shock and you go, I need to deal with this because it's important, then you have the ability to help others. And that's what it's all about. Helping other people. And if we don't help ourselves, we can't help other people. So think about these Mylar bags. They're pretty inexpensive. You can get them just about anywhere online, and the oxygen absorbers. And then how you seal those? You seal them with a very hot iron. In fact, it has to be on the highest setting, I found, in order to seal them, because nothing else will seal it. And zip it across there a couple times, 2 or 3 times, and then it'll make it all melt together. And then, no problem, sack it away in a closet, in someplace nice and cool, and you're ready to go. You'll be ready when you need to be ready. Have a great day. Enjoy and be healthy.